Hello and welcome back everyone to what is a ride into the Lake District on the very last day of summer. That's the 31st of August. You'll be watching this of course on the 1st of October, all being well anyway. So why are we heading off this way? We don't normally ride to the Lake District, do we? No, it's always too busy, but we have set off very early. We set off at 7 and it's now only just after 8 o'clock, as you can see on the little B line there. Now the B line isn't actually telling me where I'm going because I know this route very well. This is the A691 for those following on the map. And we're heading off to Ambleside initially, and going to go through Ambleside towards Keswick, past Grasmere. Now I say Grasmere because I'm from the south, but it's really Grasmere, but that all sounds wrong to me. Still, just as if a northern were to go to Bath, they'd say Bath, which is quite right for them. So we're going to stop at Ambleside at a little jetty, a little slipway, and this is the way down to that slipway, and we're going to watch the northern end, so to speak, of Windermere and have a little look down the lake towards the far end of Windermere, right down towards Newbury Bridge it goes, the largest of our lakes. Beautiful day, very quiet of course because it's so early. Normally it's very busy, the Lake District, which is why I don't normally ride here, but today I thought no, head off west, young man. Absolutely sublime early morning light across Windermere. So this is Ambleside, the little outskirts of it, the 20-mile-an-hour limit around the back way, which avoids going through the part of the town centre to get down to around it. I generally come this way because it's a bit quieter and more peaceful. So I'm not actually going to take you into Ambleside because it's just a town full of outdoor shops, of course, walking gear shops, as so many of the Lake District towns are, especially Keswick. However, this part's very nice, and there's a campsite over on caravan and camping site over on the left hand side from time to time. It's not there all the time, it's taken by various groups. So yes, by coming early, it's absolutely delightful coming through here. As you can see, there's some camping going on to our left. Now I'm trying to keep this whole video down to under 35 minutes. I did try an earlier version and that was 45 minutes, so that's far too long. I think no one's going to stay with me for that length of time. So this is a second version, and this version will take us to Keswick, and then part 2 will take us from Keswick all the way around Thirlmere. So that'll be in part 2, and that'll be coming up in November. So just heading out of Ambleside now towards Grasmere. Oh, got it right that time. Over on our left is going to be the lake of Grasmere and Rydal Water. It might be Rydal Water then Grasmere, I'm not quite sure. He doesn't know his lakes, does he? those following on the map would know. Better tell me. Right, there's something kicking off over on the right hand side there. Yeah, it's quite a gathering, isn't it? Turned up by coach, look. We shall never know. Yeah, it's making the most of the summer sun, of which we have had very little, it has to be said. But the reason for coming this way, of course, especially on this road, because you get some wonderful views of the fells as you pass along. And whilst the Lake District is absolutely beautiful for walking, it's also lovely actually to come along this road. And for those lucky enough of a certain age to have a bus pass, of course, we can come this way on the number 555 bus, or the open top bus actually, from Windermere, and get fantastic views. It is a long way, I have to say, all the way from Lancaster to Keswick. Quite a long journey, but well worth it. As I say, you're up high, so you get these lovely views. But we're getting some pretty good views from down here, I think. I hope you'll agree. And thank you so much for joining me on this ride too. It's always good to have company on a ride, even if it's of a somewhat virtual nature in this case. Very nice road to ride along actually, this. Lots of little turns, twists and turns, and some very tight bends actually as we come along. And once we get to Grasmere, it all opens up, and we get some lovely vistas up there. Right, well, it's either Ride of the Water or Grasmere, so I'll have to put a bit of text up in a moment to let you know what that is. See, we've got some road markings have gone, resurfacing, and we've got some tight bends coming up. Loose gravel, we don't really want to be getting into that. Yes, I am very familiar with these this road into the Lake District. I think I first came up here in it's been 1981, something like that. From the south of England, and it was always a favourite place. Latterly we then went off towards Wales, but quite a long way to drive up to. But then we then carried on coming in about 2004, I think was the next time we came up, after a couple of visits in the 80s. And usually we have stayed in Keswick itself. There's a big camping and caravan club site on the shores of Thirlmere water there. But later on we used to stay up towards the little village of Grange, a little campsite in Borrowdale, which is always lovely. It's always a lovely spot to use as a base to do plenty of walking and cycling. But this is the first time I've ridden here on a motorcycle, and I must say it's a joy to do so, especially so early on in the morning, without the sun in my eyes. As long as you know, that's a bit of a problem for me. I know it is for some of you as well. I'm not alone in this. I think you can see from this just why the Lake District is so popular. I mean, it's just got so much going for it, really. Now, over to our left is Grasmere, and we're now about to head off up a long climb, and it is quite tough, this climb. So we'll see how the hunter does. We start off in a 40, drop down to a 30 limit, then back into a 40 limit, and then it's de-restricted for the climb itself. There's some pretty big fells up on the right hand side. Further along is Helvellyn, and then there's Blencathra. Take in the views as we head off up this climb. So the first time we came up this way, it was actually pouring with rain, as you might expect. The Lake District is renowned for its rainfall. It's one of so many lakes. It came up, it was tipping down with rain. This was 1981. We just bought our little VW Beetle, and it brought us all the way up here in that rain, but it did struggle up this hill, which you'll see why when we approach it. But look at those views, just takes your breath away. Right, I'll stop talking for a bit, and you can just enjoy yourselves and watch this unfold in front of us. I did it in 5th gear. I could have dropped down to 4th, but there was no need. I wasn't really going to go much above 50. So yeah, did it very well. We get a lot of cars parked up along here. It's a favourite place to walk from. And a bit further along we drop into a 40 limit coming down. We're here to enjoy the views. Not too worried about that. Yeah, this is all 40 now. And the next lake we see on our left, and then over to the right is Blencathra. The next lake is called Thirlmere. Now that's, I believe, that's a drowned valley, not a proper lake, so to speak. I think it's a valley that they flooded to produce a reservoir. Not the most attractive of lakes, it has to be said. A bit bleak. So you can't always have pretty, can you? A few years ago we had an awful lot of rain up here, and this road further along, actually, part of it collapsed and got washed into Thirlmere. And I actually tried to come this way. I think I was off towards Keswick with a friend, and we saw the sign that said road closed. Well, no, well, we tried anyway. But what we found was, yes, the road had just completely washed away, and in one part, so you just couldn't get through. But what they were doing, they were bringing school children up by bus to where the road had actually collapsed, and they made a sort of a walkway along the part where it all collapsed, and then there was another bus that would take the children presumably into Ambleside or something like that, so they could actually get to school. And we turned around, came back, went up over the Kirkstone Pass and to Keswick that way, which is an alternative route, is the A66. Not one that I much care for. I've done it a few times, but no, this is a much nicer route. As you can see, it's much more attractive, I think. And despite the amount of traffic that comes on this road, normally, not at the moment, it's in remarkable condition. It's lovely, actually. Lovely to ride. Thirlmere on the left there. And, as I say, Blencathra, the fell, is up on the right. Did I say Blencathra? I meant Helvellyn. Blencathra is the next one, also called Saddleback. And you just catch glimpses of Thirlmere down there through the trees. Right, so yes, we're out of the 40 limit now and heading off towards Keswick, and this is where we get the wide open views and the fells all around. Keswick is in the Central Lakes, as it's called, and very popular for everyone. The place itself gets very busy, especially on market day. But hopefully this time of the morning it'll be quite quiet to ride through. Just over there is our 555 bus heading back towards Windermere and Lancaster, its final destination. It's a lovely warm day actually, and oh lovely dry roads at last. The sunshine makes all difference, raises the spirits. Nice stone bush shelter there, and a bit of dual carriageway. Look. Anyone behind me, they'll all come tearing past now. Actually, I don't think there's anyone behind me. No one behind, no one in front. That's why we like it. Just starting to see the fells around Keswick now. Probably Lancaster up over on the sort of towards the right there that we can see, sort of Saddleback shape. Guess we're not that far from Keswick now. Through the village of Thirlmere, which there's a mining museum there. And there is actually a path that runs from Keswick itself. It's the old railway line. It used to run from Penrith to Keswick, and then on beyond Keswick used to go off to Cockermouth. Then used to meet up at Whitehaven, I think it was, or Workington, along there on the line that it still runs, the Cumbrian line that runs up from Barrow-in-Furness right up to Carlisle, and that's a lovely journey. Done a few videos of it, and it's magnificent. Get to see the far west of the Lake District, and the Irish Sea, of course, towards from the coast. Yeah, so that's sort of Cumbrian coast, I suppose you'd call it. I did actually stay over that way, and visited Wastwater and Ravenglass, places like that. It's a part of the Lake District that's not that popular. I mean, I suppose it's out of the Lake District proper, what most people think of the Lake District. People generally think of the central lakes and the southern lakes around Coniston Water, and then up over towards Ullswater, but they don't generally go over towards the far west Wastwater way. I haven't done anyway. You know, lovely views of the fells up over on the right hand side there. I have actually stayed in the campsite just off to the left here, called Castle Rig it is, and actually Castle Rig Stone Circle is off over to the right hand side, up a little lane. But yeah, off to the left there is there's a couple of campsites. Stop there. You can just now see Keswick down below us. Thirlmere, of course, is the lake. Part 2, we'll have a ride round Thirlmere and get some good views. We're getting a bit low on fuel-ish, so I'll fill up on the way into Keswick. I shan't have to worry. Junction just on our right, that would take you up to the A66, one of the ways to the A66. We head off round to the left and drop us into Keswick itself. Stations just on our left up here, and but I won't show you myself getting fuel. You all know what that looks like. I imagine it probably only take about £6 or £7 worth of fuel. Very economical, these bikes. Anyway, there's the old railway line just up above us there. As I say, it's now part of a walk, quite a distance, I have to say. I have done it, it's very nice. Passes across 7 bridges on its way. In a bit of a hurry, wasn't he? He's a working man. Right, thank you very much for joining me on this first part, and I hope you can join me for the second part when we'll see Thirlmere water, high views of Thirlmere water, and the reporting scale and all other things too. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you then again soon, or about a month's time actually. Here we are, just coming into Keswick itself. And he pulled out, of course. Saw me and pulled out. Typical. Do they actually look? Do they think, oh, it's a motorcycle, I'll pull out? He'll have to stop. He won't want to drive into me, or ride into me. We just don't know, do we? So yeah, it's all very quiet here at this time of the morning. Lovely. Right, we'll leave you at this roundabout, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.